close up that rear screw, or the front one, my bad. Which side was that, Private Pile? Whoops, forgot to turn the mic on. Sorry about that. Okay, just gonna get these off. Alright, you're gonna get a short screw, and then you're gonna get a long screw. I think the back one is shorter. Or no, is it the longer one? Okay, so here they are, side by side. The front one was longer and then the rear one was shorter. They're not the same size. Alright, now you can get the slide apart. Alright, so two-piece shell. Nothing too difficult. There's going to be a spring here that acts as a slide spring. It's just going to be on this little hook here. So you just have to lift it off and then it's going to recede into here. Alright, next thing we can do, yeah, so you got to make sure the gun isn't cocked, and then you can go ahead and get the nozzle assembly out by lifting up, and then hopefully yours won't shoot out like mine did. Then you're going to have this disgusting nozzle assembly here. Make sure that the sear in the bottom is facing downwards, otherwise it's not going to catch on the sear disconnector. So here we go now. This is the part where the heat gun's going to come in. I can't go in any further without getting that heat gun apart, or the barrel. We're not taking apart that fucking heat gun. So we're going to go in here and I'm going to try to boil the glue off here, and then when I get to that I'll show you how to do it. So let me plug in my fucking heat gun here. Yeah, this is just a Wagner turbo cool dual temperature. I would recommend against using a lighter because it's going to be hard to get the heat distributed around the barrel. Instead of just on one spot, you'll have to constantly rotate and fight with it. You don't want to really do that. I've got it on the highest setting here, so I'm just going to rotate it a bit. Okay, good. Please do not keep this close to any flammable surfaces like the blanket here. It is liable to melt when exposed to extreme temperatures, especially heat. Okay, I gotta get this thing really nice and toasty because that glue is gonna really hold. Am I actually boiling the paint off? I think I am. There's some crappy paint. Okay. It appears I've actually melted it. Unfortunately. That might actually be a plastic piece, not metal, like I suspected. But I'm pretty sure now I can get it off, so don't heat that thing up as long as I did. This gun is not quite as full metal as I suspected. Damn. So I gotta heat this thing up just a bit more. I think it's glued in at the bottom here. You can see that little tab. Although it might be all around, I'm not entirely sure. So to prevent the barrel from warping again, I'm just gonna heat it up a little bit and then try to be a little quicker with yanking the barrel out. I'm hoping to God that this isn't one piece. Alright, I think we're getting it off here. Yep. If you don't want to mar up the finish, you can just put a towel underneath. There we go. See, I'm starting to get it off here. And then I can turn it left and right. Oh, see, there it is. The plastic inner barrel. And then the plastic outer barrel. So, I went just a bit too long with that. Try to be a little bit quicker with it than I was. But anyway, now we can get the frame apart. Show you how to do that. So, screw here, oh, focus. Alright, screw here, here, and then on the bottom here. And then you got two more here. And then I think that's it. We got to get this little key ring off here too. They appear to have copied Double Eagle on that note here. Alright, let me show you how to do that real quick here. This isn't a complicated key ring like most are. Okay. You can see it's only got like one. There we go. Alright. And then I would personally leave that off. So now I'm going to go ahead and get these screws out. Okay, so I missed a screw here by accident. There's one right here down by the trigger guard. You can see where I'm putting that. So I'm going to go ahead and get these screws out like I said. These all should be the same size, but keep an eye out for different sized ones. This one's kind of fighting me a bit here. Hopefully this won't go flying. I'm going to try to flip it out. Come on, magnets, do your work. There we go. Alright, that appeared to be a short one. Put that off this side and then go ahead and get the rest of them out. What the fuck? Oh. Okay, I need something just a little bit bigger, I think. Oh, never mind. Wait. No, I don't. Make sure you put a lot of downward force when you're trying to get these out. Alright, is that the same? Alright, that's another same size screw. Now I'm going to go for these two here. Another same size screw. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, this is an easy one. I should be able to figure this out. I actually haven't gone through with this one before, but okay, all the body screws are the same, I think. They appear to be. Alright, so I'm just going to take this part of the shell, throw it off to the side. So you can see I lost a few things here, but again, this is an easy gun to take apart if you've ever done a spring pistol before, especially a cheap one. So I'm going to take all these guts out real quick here, and then I'm going to show you how to put them back together. The weight here just kind of plops in on top of this felt pad. The felt pad keeps it from rolling around and making a ton of noise. Here's your piston trigger disconnector. What this does is this, when the trigger is pulled, it moves this bar, and then that's going to act on your piston disconnector here, or the sear, I'm not sure what you really want to call it. Then we have our magazine catch button, and then hammer, which appears to have a spring that might be just a bit complicated. Okay, here's the piston disconnector, as I said earlier. Put that off to the side. And then this spring actually looks pretty easy. Here's how it is, just in case. It's got this long leg facing down. I'm going to remove that. This is underneath the hammer. Alright. Show you how that goes. It appears to be trapped in place, rather. Okay, so I'm not gonna futz with this. All you need to know is that the hammer is gonna go into this pinhole right here, I believe. Is that it? No. This one here? Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? This is interesting. Ah, there we go. Alright, and then I'm going to put this leg here behind this ledge right here, this one here, and then now you can see the hammer's back in place, push it all the way down. Okay, I think I'm really close to having it. Okay, did I? Okay, I got it. just like that. Now I'm going to put the trigger in. So start with the piston and the little bar there first. And then you can make sure you can test it out. See how it's moving all the parts correctly. Alright, now all we have to do is put the magazine button back into place. Alright, so you're going to see this little dot here on that black part right here. That's where the spring is going to go. And then I'm just going to put that like so. I'm going to rotate it until it slots in correctly in place. And then it's only going to go one way, and it's going to push in when you've got it right. So that's how it looks right there. That little black ledge is sticking out on the right side. Right. Alright, so that's it. Now we can put the shell back on. Alright, so getting the shell on might be just a bit difficult, but I don't think we're going to run into any trouble here. If you can't get it closed, try wiggling it around just a little bit. Okay. Alright. What's that? Okay, try. Alright, I'm going to try moving the trigger, make sure everything's okay. The hammer's in place correctly. I'm not sure why it's not. Now I'm going to check to make sure that the disconnector is in place here. I think I've got one of the legs, the one on the left here, out of alignment. That's happened before. Yep, okay, so I just got to push down on it with a little screwdriver. Again, you might not have trouble with this, you may or may not, but I'm just going to push down on this leg here. Gently, I'm going to open up the frame just a little bit, enough to where I can... There we go. It should close up. What on earth? Alright, so I gotta look at this just a bit more closely. So it's not closing up in the back. Maybe the trigger... Yeah, okay. I think I see it. The trigger came out of alignment. You can see it's kind of sticking out bad. So I gotta, again, use my screwdriver to push it. Alright, and I'm not gonna screw it back together because we still have to get this spring here back into... Why are you not... Maybe the magazine button came out of alignment. Oh yeah, so gotta get that frame apart. Now I'm gonna double... Yeah, okay, so I gotta just double check to make sure that that was correctly suited or seated in place. And then I'm just gonna get the shell back on here. Hopefully it works this time. Trigger. Okay, I think once again that disconnector bar came out of alignment. One of the legs on it, I mean. Why are you not? I'm not really able to find anything wrong with it. Take a good look here. Everything appears... Okay, trigger might be just a bit out. Alright, I think the piston sear is just a little bit out of place, that little leg there. Oh! I actually got it. So we're clear, almost. So I just gotta get that little return spring there on top. So what I'm gonna do is put the lower body screws in first. and then I'm going to leave the top ones out. Those back in, and you're putting the screws in to make sure that the components don't fall out while you're trying to wait, are these the... I may have mixed up the screws here. Okay, I'm going to put this bottom one in here. So I'm going to put this little one. Where's this little one going to go? I feel like I'm putting the wrong screws in here, but I've kept them separate. I'm going to try putting the longest one inside the body. Worst case scenario, it probably just won't go in, or it won't tighten all the way. It'll just keep spinning. And I think that'll be the easiest way for us to... What the fuck? Oh, my backpack's falling over. Am I tweaking out right now? No? I don't think so. Alright, see how this one won't go in any further? So that means it's too long. I'm going to try putting a shorter screw in there. And then again, if that screw is tightening up, like you can't turn it anymore without it going in all the way, that's your sign to stop, take it out, and try a different hole for it. This is killing my back, you guys. I'm sorry. One here. Let's try a short screw here. Again, you won't run into this problem as long as you're not like me and you're keeping track of where the screws go. Alright, see how this one just keeps turning? That means it's too short, and this is the one where the long screw is going to go. Try a... Okay, let me get my powerful magnet. Which never fails to remove a screw. Never. Oh, it just went right for the... There we go, now I got it. Went right for that lead bar. I didn't know lead was magnetic. Alright, so small screw is going to go into this top slot here. Let's try that out. Not sure if I just cut this entire segment out. Alright, so that's a correct one. It's going in all the way, tightening up properly, so I think the only screw we have left is just this middle body one here. Although I have been wrong before, of course. Going in, going in. Alright, so that longest screw is just going to go right in the middle here. Now at this point, we are almost done. Yay! So I'm going to go in here. Oh, damn it. I forgot. Don't. Alright, so I'm going to get this screw out here. I forgot to not put that one in so I can put the nozzle spring. Alright, just going to open this up a little bit. Then I'm going to guide out. Just going to guide out the little spring here. Hopefully I can sort of get it into position without damp. Okay, let me get my big magnet. It's going to get that spring out for sure. Come on. Alright, let me try something just a little bit smaller. Okay, that got it. So that little Allen driver I used earlier was able to lift it up. I'm going to hold on to it now. See how I'm holding on to it, making sure it won't go back in. You might have to get creative with this one. Then I'm going to get the nozzle assembly ready to go. This might get a little bit tricky. And again, make sure that sear ledge right here is going to go into the bottom of the gun, just like that. See how I've got it oriented? Okay. This one might be just a little bit, and you have to come at it from an angle. You can't just go top down, I think. Or maybe you can. Shit. Alright, let's see if we can get that piston assembly in first, and then I'm going to cock it back like so. Then what I'm going to do now is try to get that piston spring back out. Piston spring back out. I'm just using that little Allen bit from earlier. Okay, come on. Here we go. Okay. So, I appear to have gotten a hold of that in an interesting way, but nonetheless, we got it. Oh! Oh no. Uh-oh. Shit. So what I have done incorrectly here is, I lost that peg. There's a peg here on top of the barrel. And I would just have to take the gun back apart and then rehook it back on. It's just on top of the chamber hop-up assembly. Anyway, what you want to do, if you aren't like me and fucked it up, is just put it onto this little... this thing here. And then at this point, all you would have to do is get the slide back together, actually. I mean, like I said, you are almost done. So, just get this back together. Okay, that's that. Other half. Make sure you watch out for the slide. That can, you want to make sure that slide fits into place properly. Okay, good, good. Alright. Now I just gotta screw that back in. And I can't quite remember if the shorter screw went in the front. Let's see. As always, I can just double check. Okay, yeah. Alright, so I believe that was the shorter screw. I appear to have lost the other one. Ah, here it is. Alright, get that one back in there. I'm going to hold the slide together, both of the pieces, press them together, and then screw that back in. Okay, so I got that correctly. And then all we have to do is get the grip screws back on, and then we have to figure out that barrel. So now that we got the glue off, what's going to happen is, oh, it still appears to be a tight fit, but again, mine is now damaged, so you would have to just put a little dab of glue here, and then just press that back on. Make sure that you watch that little tab here. It's a little black tab right here, and then you want to slot that into that little slot thing. Push it all the way in, and then grip screws back on, and then you will have a perfectly functioning gun if performed correctly. Oh, the shell didn't, I had the shell just a bit too high, so I just got to get that back apart a little bit. Well, there goes the magnet. The gun will function without that nozzle, the slide return spring. It just keeps the slide to come back in. So I'm just going to make sure I fit it alongside the little guide rails on the bottom there. You can see that I didn't fit it around those. So I gotta make sure I do that this time. Okay. Now I'm gonna test it this time. Alright, so I got it now. So I'm just gonna make sure I screw it back in. You'll have a much easier time with this. I've got a very crude work surface as is usual. Screw that back in. Oh. Make sure to watch that rear sight. Alright, before I close it up, I'm just going to make sure that... Okay, alright, I got that. Alright. Close up that rear screw, or the front one, my bad. Which side was that, Private Pile? Alright. So that should do it, actually. Yep, so since I'm missing that spring, it just doesn't, slide doesn't come back on its own, that's all. Perfect. Thank you for watching. Special shout out to Sir Compliments for requesting this video. And I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to help out. And thank you for watching.